What's going on, you lovely human beings out there? This is Frank Valkyria. Welcome to the channel. Today, as you requested many times, we're gonna review. I say review because Sepultura, it's not new to me at all. Matter of fact, it's one of my favorite bands, well, at least back in the days, when I was growing up in my teenage years. I literally went to sleep listening to Sepultura, obviously not in very high volume, just in the headphones sometimes, just listening to low volume to the old tapes that I had at the time. Big fan. I always loved that energy, and in that time really resonated with me. I remember when this album came out, so Roots for us was a new album and we were in modern time. I was listening to the old, like, very original stuff, the very first albums. So when Roots came out, we were like, whoa. And I have to say, it came across, of course, as an incredible work, incredibly better produced. I don't know if there is there Rick Rubin involved in that as well? I forgot. Anyway, awesome album, and of course probably became one of the more popular of the band, which is still known today for it. So anyway, guys, let's go check this out. The main song, the most popular video probably, Roots, Bloody Roots. Oh man, this brings back memories. Unbelievable. Oh man, that guitar, just awesome. I was already thinking, because I know the song very well. I was already thinking, like, wow, this stuff right now, it's gonna be more relevant than ever. This is the power of artists, which they work on delivering a message, and right now this message, perhaps at the time, maybe wasn't there at the time yet, but I think nowadays when you go look for artists, which they were ready for seeing certain things or trying to convey a message that is very deep and intricate, denouncing the past, like you see a video like this and already a few images, already like, whoa. I mean, it's in a way perfect, the very multicultural reality of Brazil. And you also see like the Catholic imagery, which suggests, of course, what has happened in the colonial times, from the Portuguese, Spanish conquistadors and on. Yeah, it's a... the growling and stuff is just crazy. I was like, how does he do that? At the time I thought, how can you do that without basically damaging your voice? And you do, of course, there's a technique for that. Some people have the ability of doing this, obviously not damaging their voice. It's so funny. I have a few anecdotes about Sepultura. The first time I saw them, actually, I saw them here in Amsterdam. I remember, I don't know if they live here. I think because a certain point in early 2000, I think the Cavalera brothers were living here. But anyway, I remember meeting Igor in the Lyseplane. And then he went to eat at Hard Rock Cafe, which is close to the casino here. And I remember saying hi. We went there and I saw them, and I remember, of course, at the time I was 23, and to me they were big stars. They were like the band that I grew up with, basically. One of the band that I grew up with. So I was like, wow, starstruck, and I went to say hi, shake the hands. Yeah, that was awesome. I think the other brother lived here for a while, if I'm not mistaken. And also I met them again after. I mean, that's wow, this sound is so well produced. I mean, this is probably, of course, this is sort of the black album of Sepultura, so to speak, you know, like where the production is just amazing. More commercial, yes. More refined in that direction because of it, yes. But then again, you know, like you listen back to this, the sound is awesome, and it's aging quite well. I mean, I was a great lover of this speed thrash metal. And that drum, it just came in like with a whiplash effect. So awesome. Great drummer. I love the guitar player. I mean, he's one of the greater guitar player of the time. One of the greater guitar player in metal in general. Wow. Yeah. What a weird solo. Of course, keep always in mind that this is after the whole era of glam rock and solos getting longer and longer and longer. So in the 90s bands, they were still trying to do those instrumental breaks in between the songs, you know, which is very common still today, to do a little bit of soloing somewhere. But of course, keeping it more interesting, and they were finding new ways of creating that without just doing the usual Yngwie Malmsteen stuff, you know, like, because in the 80s we went from like good to great to like hilarious to exaggeration to almost basically parody of itself, you know, like you had like, I think was Angelo, was he called Angelo, like this guy which he was playing with a 4-neck guitars, you know, like you had Jimmy Page starting with a double Gibson neck, and then all of a sudden we ended up with guys, you know, like playing with the X shape guitar with 4 necks, and this guy just going all over the place. So we went to that level, and that's also the reason why solos in rock became a little shorter, a little bit more gimmicky, trying to work around it without doing the usual thing. I like here the fact that it's a sort of almost industrial noises type of thing in a way. At least seems to be inspired by that, or at least reminds me of that. But done really well. It comes across really like desperate and full of energy and anger as well. Oh man, I love this last part. There is this incredible effect on the cymbals, which makes it really like cha, cha, like spread very quickly and fade right away, which I also like. And this whole riff, it's just awesome. I like this part because I always said like somebody gave him a foot or something and he just fell face down. It's kind of funny that he jumps down. Where is it? Here. Like somewhere here. He's like, ah! He's jumping. Feels like he self-sabotaged himself and jumped face down because. It's funny because I have a... Actually, I have a story on Type O Negative. I probably have said it already. This gentleman right here, I think this is the drummer, if I'm not mistaken, of Type O Negative. And it's actually thanks to him that I met Sepultura for the second time backstage. I think it was 2002 or 3 maybe. Somewhere there, like they did a festival here. They were not at the lining, they were like playing at the end of the show before Iron Maiden, so they were the last, you know, in line before Iron Maiden, which were headlining. And he was in a cafe here called The Cave, which is still there. We met him there. He was a super nice guy. I think he's from New York, or he lived in New York. I don't know. We had a very nice chat. He was super kind. We were like 4 or 5 friends, and he invited all of us to the concert and he gave us like backstage passes. So super awesome, man. Thank you so much. Still nowadays, I had just a lovely time there. And I remember when we were backstage, of course, Sepultura was also playing with the new singer. I think three of the original member at the time were still there, like the bass player, the guitar player, and of course Igor. So that was nice. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I had a very good time. So, and I also had a great time listening to Type O Negative. It was overall awesome. And then with the end, Iron Maiden closing down. That was awesome. Anyway, I'll tell you the full anecdote another time. Lovely. Brings back memory. Of course, I don't have to... Sorry, guys. I was recording here. So, mega thumbs up. Always. Mega thumbs up. I hope, of course, we make happy all the new Brazilians fans here we have on my channel, but also the lover of metal, because of course Sepultura are known from Indonesia to the Philippines to South America to the US to Europe, everywhere. So I'm also curious, if you see this video, please leave a comment where you come from, because I enjoy seeing how music just unites everyone. You know, I'm a dude from Italy and I grew up with Sepultura. So anyway, guys, always spread love. I'll see you later. Go check the other videos of today if you want. And if you don't want, I'm gonna send my imaginary battler. He's feeling mean today. Very.